Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I hope all of you are doing well. So guys, in today's video we'll see how we can create a CI/CD pipeline using Jenkins. So here our master will be on Jenkins on Linux machine and we'll be using Windows agent as a slave. So in this particular video we'll also see how we can use private GitHub repositories. In our previous videos we were using only the public repository. Now this time we'll use how we can use the private repositories in Jenkins pipeline. So guys, let's start our today's video. So in today's video we'll see how many types of GitHub repositories we have, and then we'll see how we can create a private repository in GitHub. Post completion of that, we'll see how we can generate token from GitHub, which is required in case of private repository. And then we'll see how we can create a complete CI/CD pipeline step by step. Post completion of that, we'll see a practical demo of this complete example. So here a little bit introduction about master slave architecture. So here we'll use master on Linux machine and we'll install Java and Jenkins on that particular master machine, and it can either be on Linux machine or Windows machine, but in our today's demo we'll see on Linux machine. And master basically execute builds to slave machine, monitor slave machines, and display build results to Jenkins console. And what slave is having the prerequisite that will be having Java on slave, and then we'll be having git bash on the slave. And it can also be on Linux or Windows, but in today's demo we'll see it on Windows. And it basically listens to master machine for instructions, and it also execute all instructions that is given by master machine. So this is our master slave architecture. Okay, so now let's discuss how many types of GitHub repositories we have. So basically there are two types of GitHub repository. First one is the public repository that we have used in our previous examples also, where no authentication is required and we can simply clone this repository directly. The second repository that we can create here is a private repository, and in this repository authentication is must. If authentication is not provided, then you will not be able to clone this repository. So in today's video we'll discuss about this private repository, and we'll use this private repository in our pipeline. Okay, now we'll see how we can create a private repository. So firstly we need to log into GitHub portal. So we need to go to www.github.com, then we need to log in with our credentials. Once that is done, then we need to click on this plus icon, and then we need to click on this new repository option. Okay, after that this particular screen will come in front of us. So here we need to give the repository name. So we can give any name, but we need to check whether that name is available or not. If that name is not available, we need to change that name of the repository. After that we need to go to private tab and we need to click on this particular radio button. Then we need to initialize this repository with a readme file. So we need to check this checkbox, and after scrolling down we need to just click on this create repository. So in this way we can create a private repository, and whenever you will be working in your any kind of production environment or live projects, so only private repositories are getting used. Public repositories are not recommended. Okay, once the repository got created, you will see screen like this. So in our today's demo, what I have created a private repository with name private repo, and I have also created one folder which is named as software folder. Inside this folder I have placed this 5 software. So it depends on you. You want to install multiple software on it, so you can place any number of software, whatever is allowed by this repository storage. So as of now I'm using these 5 software. So basically we're going to install 7z.exe here, beyond compare tool, Chrome setup, and notepad++ and WinRAR. So these 5 software will download, and then we'll install using Jenkins CICD pipeline. Okay, so whenever we need to clone a particular private repository, then we firstly need to create a token on our GitHub portal. So we just need to click on this highlighted icon on the right top corner. Once we'll click on it, then we'll see this particular screen, and then we need to click on settings. After that, we'll see this particular screen. So here we'll click on this personal access tokens. Then we'll click on this token classic. After that, we need to click on this generate new token option. And then we'll select generate new token classic. After that, this particular screen will come in front of us, and here we need to give note. So here we can give any name, test or anything, any name that you want to give. By using that particular text, a token will get generated. And here in the expiration tab, you can select any number of days that are provided here. So if you'll click on this option, you will see multiple options that expiration of this particular token can carry with it. So as of now in today's demo, I'll go with 30 days because I'm okay with it. If you want to get it extend, so you can extend it for more period. And then we need to select the scope of this particular token. So we need to select the check boxes, whatever permission we want to give to this particular token. So we can give repo, workflow. There are lots of options that we'll see in our practical demo. So you can select according to your requirement, and then you can click on this generate token option. Once generate token is clicked, then you'll see this particular screen in front of you. So this is basically the token that we'll use in order to clone this particular repository in our pipeline. And we can use this double square option in order to copy this particular token. Okay, so once this token is copied, then we'll create one checkout code. So we'll use that code snippet section for generating that declarative syntax, so that I'll show you in our practical demo. So we'll use this kind of pipeline in our demo today. So this is basically the pipeline. So in this pipeline, firstly we need to create an firstly we need to declare an agent. So we need to firstly create a setup between our Jenkins master and slave, and a connection between them. Once that is done, then we need to define that where we want these instructions to get executed. So we are going to execute it on Windows machine. So we'll give a label, and the label of that Windows machine that will create during slave creation. So we'll place it here. After that, we need to declare stages, and then stage, and then step. So in this way, we actually create declarative pipeline. So firstly it will start with pipeline, and then with angle brace, and then with this curly braces. After that, we need to provide agent on which these commands needs to get execute, and then we need to define stages. Inside stages, we need to define multiple stages, whatever stages you are going to create in your pipeline. So in our pipeline, I'm going to create 1 2 3 4 5 6 stages, 1 for checkout code and 5 for software installation code. So we'll create these 5 6 stages here, and this name has to be unique. So first is checkout code, then install beyond compare software, then install 7-zip software. So all these names should be different, because if you'll place same name in any two stage, then pipeline will fail. Okay, second thing, from where I got this checkout code generated, so that I'll show you in our practical demo. Once we'll do it, how I have generated this particular code. So everything will start from scratch, and then we'll build up this complete pipeline. And anybody who is new or who don't know how to create this declarative pipeline, from this video he or she will able to generate declarative pipeline, and you can use these pipeline in any of your project where it is required. So first thing we need to give a concern over here is that in our previous videos, what we were doing, we were just using the sh option here in case of command, but this time we are going to execute these commands on Windows machine. So we need to use this bat option here. So bat is basically the batch that we need to execute on Windows machine. So in case of Linux, we need to use sh over here inside steps, but in case of Windows, we need to use bat over here. And after that, we need to give command, complete command. So that will create this complete pipeline in our today's demo. So I'll show you how we can create this kind of pipeline. So here we are declaring these kind of stages, and then we are performing these steps on that particular slave machine. So basically I'm using a same command in order to get execute or download the softwares or in order to clone it. So what we are doing here, so this is basically the command that I'm using here. So on Windows, anything if you want to get clone and you want to install a software, then one thing you need to do if you want to do it using command line, you firstly need that command prompt or your PowerShell prompt should get open with a admin right. So this particular command I'm using in order to open that PowerShell with admin rights. So firstly we need to see where our PowerShell.exe is there on our Windows machine. So always it remains on the same path under C Windows System32 Windows PowerShell, then version 1.0, and then we have PowerShell.exe. So we need to give the complete path here, because whenever we have our PowerShell on Windows and if we want to do using GUI, we just search in the search bar PowerShell and just click on it using admin. But when we are trying to get the command executed externally from some other machine, then we firstly need to check the path where PowerShell.exe is actually present on your machine. So we'll firstly give this and then we'll use a start hyphen process, which is basically a PowerShell command, and after that we just need to use hyphen verb run as. So it will run as administrator. So this command is basically what it will do, it will open a PowerShell prompt with an admin right on your slave machine. After that we just need to give a command to install the software. So for beyondcompare.exe we just need to give the path where that file is there, and then we need to use a switch. So if you want to remotely install any software, so for that we need to provide a switch, or we need to provide a command that is basically a silent installation, what we call. So silent installation command is different for each software. So in case of beyond compare we just need to use a slash very silent option here. So from where I got this silent switch, so for that what you need to do, you just need to go to your slave machine and just need to type this software in the command line, and then you just need to place slash or question mark, or you can place slash or help. So all the option will comes in front of you, that will give you all silent options how you can install a software silently. And this is particularly the post block. So if you want to delete software after installation, because in some cases we don't want those software to remain on the machine, because once they got installed then exe are not required or not relevant there. So we can use this post block. So this block we can paste in our pipeline at the end, and in the always section we can use this method, that is delete dir, which is an inbuilt method provided from Jenkins. So we can use in order to delete the particular workspace that we get created, or the cloned software that we clone from a GitHub repository. So in our software all softwares can be deleted, but there is one software, that is Chrome. So when you install Chrome on your machine, then once it is getting installed, then we cannot delete that exe from that machine. That's why I'll not delete those softwares in this pipeline, but I'll show you in another job, and then I'll try to show you how we can delete those softwares also post completion of the pipeline. Okay guys, so we are done with today's theory session. Now we'll do practical demo, and then we'll see how we can do it or how we can achieve it using Jenkins declarative CI/CD pipeline. Okay guys, so this is basically our Jenkins dashboard. So as of now we are not doing anything here. Let's firstly complete prerequisite of your Windows agent. So this is our Windows machine. So as of now this is a fresh machine, so we don't have anything over here. So firstly we need to install Java over here. So let's download Java first. Open JDK 17, download for Windows. Okay, then we need to go to JDK 17 releases, and here we need to click on SE17 and then click on this Windows 10. So it is downloading now. Okay, it is downloaded. So extract it here, because prerequisite for this agent, that is Windows agent, is that we firstly need to have Java here, and then we need to have Git bash here. So as of now we are installing Java over here. So this is extracted now. So one thing we need to do, we need to go to C drive, and here we'll create one folder with name Java. Okay, and we'll also create one more folder with name Jenkins. Okay, so now we'll go to that extracted folder, we'll copy it, and then we'll place under Java. So this is placed now. We need to copy path till bin. So this path is copied. We need to search for environment variables. Go to environment variables. Then on path, you need to edit this path. Click on new and paste this path here. Okay. After that, we need to go to user variables. We need to click on new and we need to give a variable name Java_home. And then we need to paste previous path. We need to remove bin from here. Click on OK. 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 Open CMD prompt and check whether Java has been set correctly or not. So Java --_ version. So Java is set it now. So one prerequisite is completed. Now we need to install second prerequisite, that is git bash. So what we'll do, we'll go to Google and then we'll type git bash for Windows, and we need to go to downloads, and here we need to click on download for Windows, and then we can click here to download. So guys, why this is required? Because if git is not there on your agent, then it will not be able to clone the repository. That is our private repository. It will not be able to clone, not even private, it will not be able to clone any repository, and your pipeline will throw an error. So firstly we need to install git over here. So these were two prerequisites that has to be there on your Windows machine in order to make that machine as agent. And if you want to run any CICD pipeline, then git has to be there in order to clone your repository. So in this installation we don't need to do anything. We just need to click on next, then next, then next, then next. In the last option we'll do one change here. Rest all will go with next option. So click on next, click on next, next, and here you can select none because we don't want to use any credential manager to get credentials maintained. Click on next, next, and then install. So these two softwares are required, Java and git bash, and once these both will get properly installed, then we'll firstly make this particular machine as agent to our Jenkins master. So it will take some time. Let it be installed. Give it some time. Yeah, it is installed now. So we can click on finish. We can close this particular message box and let it be here. We can check, we can close the CMD and we can relaunch this CMD, and let's see whether git has been installed successfully or not. So yes, we can see that git is here. So prerequisite piece is done. Now we'll go to our Jenkins master and then we'll make it as an agent. So let's go to our Jenkins master. So we are here in our Jenkins master. So firstly we'll go to manage Jenkins and then we'll go to nodes We'll go to new node, then we'll give name to this node. Let's give a test slave node, permanent agent, create. Here you need to give the remote root directory. So we'll give remote root directory, the folder that we have created here. So in C drive we have created Jenkins here. So just copy it and then you need to paste it here. So everything will be now done in this C Jenkins folder. Label we need to give, so we'll give test slave as label name. This name we'll use when we'll create our pipeline. In usage we can make it only build jobs with label expression matching this node. Okay, here we need to select the first option, launch agent by connecting it to the controller. In custom path we can place the same path, and then here we can select use WebSocket, and then I think we don't need to do anything. We are done. Yeah, we can click on save. So this is slave is created, but it is offline as of now. So we'll click on this slave, and these are the command that we need to run on Windows machine. So we'll firstly copy the first command. It will download agent.jar on your slave machine. So firstly we need to go to that directory. Okay, now we need to go to our Jenkins directory, and here we'll download that jar file. So it is downloaded now. After that we just need to copy the second command, and we need to run it here. So now it is giving connected message. So now our Jenkins master and slave successfully connected. Okay, so we can see here status under notes that this test slave is agent is connected. So now master slave setup is successfully done. Now we'll go with our pipeline setup. So what we need to do here, we need to go to dashboard. Here we'll create a job with name test, and here we'll select pipeline as a project. We'll click on OK. So here we don't need to give anything. We'll simply go to pipeline script, and here in this pipeline script we'll go with the sample hello world pipeline. So this pipeline is here. Now what we need to do, we are not known how we can create our pipeline. So firstly we'll go to GitHub portal, and then we need to copy our repository. So what we'll do now, we'll log into GitHub. Okay, so we are here in GitHub. So firstly I told you how you can create a private repository. So just click on this plus icon, then click on new repository, and you can give any name here, like private repo I already took, so you need to change the name, and in this way you can have your repositories available. You can select this kind of name, then you can select on private, and then you can click on this checkbox. After that you can just click on this create repository. So I'm not creating because it is already created, so I'll keep it as it is, and I'll go to my home directory, and here this is the repository that I have created. Okay, so in this way we have created firstly our slave with Jenkins master, and this is the repository that we are going to use, and in this software directory we are having our software placed here. So firstly we need to clone this repository. So we'll copy this repository code and we'll open a notepad and we'll place it here. Okay, So on our slave machine, I can show you that we don't have these software installed as of now. So if you can search for notepad, it is giving only notepad. You don't have 7-zip here. You don't have Chrome here. You don't have Beyond Compare here. And you don't have WinRAR here. Okay. So as of now, there is no software on our agent machine. So now we have copied this repository. Okay. We need to go to our Jenkins dashboard, and then what we'll do, we'll just go and create pipeline using this particular sample code. So open a notepad. Okay, we can keep it here, just place it here. So as we are going to use our agent, so firstly we'll modify agent section. So remove this any, place the curly brace, end with curly brace, and then just put your label here. So give label and then single quote and the name that we have given to our machine as a label. So that was test slave. Keep it as it is. One section modified, and the next stage that we are going to use is our checkout stage. So we'll change the name here. So name will be checkout GitHub code. Okay, and in the steps, what steps we need to place here, that we'll see. So how we can generate this step, there is a pipeline syntax link provided here. Click on this link. So you will be routed to this particular documentation section that is provided from Jenkins side. Here we need to clone the code. So firstly we'll go to checkout section. We need to select Git, already it is selected. Then we need to provide the repository URL. So the URL that we copied, we'll place it here. Okay. And now you are seeing that it is saying fail to connect to repository command git, and there is this big message is there because authentication is getting failed. It is a private repository, so we cannot directly clone it. We need to provide a credential, or we need to provide some authentication method so that it can authenticate to our private repository, that is a private GitHub repository. So we'll go to our GitHub repository here, and here on the right side we'll click on this picture, and after that we need to go to settings because we are going to generate a token here. Just scroll it down, click on developer setting, and here click on personal access token, click on token classic, click on generate new token, and then generate new token classic. And here you can give any text, you can place it here. So I'm giving test here. Expiration you can select from here, whether 7 days, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. So this you can place here, whatever is your requirement. I'm good with 30 days. Then you need to select that what all access you want to provide to this particular token. So as of now we are performing testing, so I'm making it more privileged. So I'm selecting most of the option. Okay. The user deleting option I'm not selecting, and any project, and then generate token. So one token is now generated. We can copy this token and we can keep it on our notepad so that we can use it. So now this is the token with us. We'll go to that syntax generator section, and here as of now there are no credentials. So what we'll do, we'll click on add, we'll click on Jenkins, and here we need to provide the username and the password. Kind we'll select here. So in username we'll give our username for GitHub portal, so that is Rahul-training I have used there. And in the password section we need to provide the same token that we have copied from there. So get it, copy, paste it, and in ID we'll give one name. So I'm giving token hyphen connection. So I'll show you why I have given this name, because one entry will get generated in the code, and if I'll not give this particular name or any name, then a arbitrary random code will get generated here, or that will get placed, and you will not get understand that why this particular piece of code is getting generated over there. So click on add, and in none section just select it, and it is trying to authenticate, and now authentication is successful, so we are good. So this is the beauty of private repository, that we need to provide authentication here. In case of public repository, this piece is missing, so that is not secure, and whenever you will work in any live projects, you will always use this kind of private repositories. So we are done, and the branch that we can see that which branch is there, so we can go to home, then we can go to our repository, and the branch is main branch, so we need to make that modification here. So now this is the main branch. Next, we don't need to do anything, we can generate pipeline syntax. So here you are seeing that under credential ID it is giving this particular message or the name that we have given over there. If we don't give there, it will generate some random hexadecimal piece of text, and that came here, and you will not be able to understand why it is coming. Now everything is coming here, that is understood, because what is this? This is our repository URL, we understood the code. This is the one that we have given there as an ID, so it is coming here, and this is the main branch that we are going to use for our cloning purpose. So this complete is basically the code to do checkout from your private GitHub repository. So what we'll do, we'll copy it, and then we'll go to our pipeline here. We'll remove everything, we don't need anything here, we'll just place it completely. So our first stage is done. Next, what we need to do, we need to make 5 similar stages here. So what we'll do, we'll copy this particular stage, and we need to just leave these 2 braces as it is, copy it and paste it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now firstly what we need to edit, firstly we need to edit the name of these particular stages. So I have a notepad where I have having these particular names of the stages, and these are the commands that we are going to use in order to install that particular software. So firstly we'll change the name in our pipeline, so that step by step we can create our complete pipeline. So just change name here, second name is install 7-zip software, copy it, just paste it. Okay, in the third one you are having this install WinRAR software, copy it, paste it. And in next software we having notepad++, copy it, paste it. So in this way you can simply create your declarative CI/CD pipeline. We are just doing copy paste, nothing else. Paste the last stage name. So now our stages are ready, but this command we don't need anywhere in other stages, so we'll delete this command and we'll use bat command, because this is for Windows. We'll put single quote, and then we'll use command for installing beyond compare software. So this is the command. Basically what this command is doing, we are going and searching for PowerShell.exe, then we are opening this PowerShell prompt as an administrator, and then we are just installing this software with this particular very silent switch. So in case of Beyond software, we have very silent switch. In case of install 7-zip software, we are having this /s switch. And in case of WinRAR software, we are having also the same silent switch. For notepad++, also we are having same switch. And for installing Chrome, we are having this /silent/install. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll just copy this command and we are not going to directly paste here, because firstly we need to check whether the same command will work here or not. So we need to go to the same pipeline generator section here, and what we can do, we can select here any kind of bash shell or any kind of shell executing section here. So let's see whether it is there. We can go to shell script, then place this command, click on generate pipeline syntax. So here you are seeing one thing, that the command that we placed here was a single slash command, but the command that got generated is a double slash command. So if we'll place this particular command in our pipeline, that command won't work. So better to pick that command from here and then paste it after generating, so that we are now pretty sure that this will work and we can now place it in our pipeline so that this command will work. So everywhere single slash got replaced with double slash, okay, except the switch that is having a single slash only. And then we need to place one space at the end, because guys, I took around 2 weeks in order to troubleshoot this problem, because if we don't place that space at the end, then this installation won't work. I don't know, a kind of what we can say, a kind of break this particular space is getting provided to the command, because I ran this command multiple time and I was scratching my head, it was not working, but after giving a space at the end, it was working. We'll go with the same approach. Okay, and in next command also we'll delete this, then we'll do a bat and then single quote. We'll copy the command from here, copy it, go to pipeline generator section, put it here, and then generate pipeline script. Complete thing you will get from here, and this will work. If you will not create syntax from here, then it will not work, because usually we have single slash in case of Windows, but it work if we place double slash, and we have not yet placed a space at the end, so we are going to place it here. Now we'll remove the third command and we'll place a bat here. We can place single quote. Okay, now we need to, this is third command, right? Yeah, two are copied, so we need to copy the third command, and then we need to place that command here and then generate pipeline script. Copy, and then you have this particular inside a single quote and place a space at the end. Okay, fourth is also done. We'll do the same for fifth command. So we'll use a bat and then single quote. Fourth command we'll copy from here and we'll go to our generate pipeline syntax. Generate. So this is the command. We can copy. This is for npp. Okay, and we'll place in our pipeline. and we'll put a space. So space at the end, space at the end, space at the end, space at the end, and last command we can also place here. Copy the last command. Paste it here. So now our pipeline is ready. Control V and then space. So this is our pipeline. Initially it was looking very big, but now we understood that what we are doing in this pipeline, we are just checking out code from GitHub and then we are installing software on this particular Windows machine. This appears to be very easy, that we are just installing software, but you need to find out that what are the commands in order to install a software silently. And as I already told that I spent around 2 weeks in order to get it sorted, that why softwares are not getting installed using remote commands because of this space. So it took a lot of time to get it work. So hopefully it should work now. So what we'll do, we'll remove this so that we can copy it, and now we can paste it in our job. Okay, so we are now done with the code. So checkout is done. In the second, we are having this beyond compare, then we are having 7-zip, then we are having WinRAR, then NPP, then Chrome setup. So this pipeline is created. So now we can save it. Okay, and we can click on this build now button. Let's see whether this pipeline works or not, and whether we did any mistake in creating a pipeline in a syntax. Looks like our syntax is correct because pipeline execution is in progress now. So as of now it is doing checkout of GitHub code. So let's see whether our token is working or not. If this piece gets successfully done, so it means our token is correctly configured. Yes, so checkout has been done now. Now it is installing Beyond Compare software and it is done. Now it is installing 7-zip software. That is also done. Thirdly, it is installing WinRAR software. Also done. Now it is installing notepad++ software. Okay, so this is also done. And now it is installing Google Chrome. So all software successfully installed now. We can check on our slave machine whether it worked correctly or not. So this is our machine. We can firstly check for Beyond Compare. Okay, so you can see that Beyond Compare is here. Let's see why it is not coming here. Beyond Compare is here. Then we can search for 7-zip. 7-zip file manager is here now. Then we can check for our third software, Notepad++. Yes, Notepad++ is here. Now we can check our fourth software, that is WinRAR. So yes, WinRAR is here, and then we can check for Chrome here. So looks like Chrome is having some problem. Let's see that what's the problem. So firstly we can go to our C drive, Jenkins, and in the workspace, then test, then software. So we are having it here. Chrome setup.exe. command was fine, but looks like it didn't work for Chrome. But here it is showing that Chrome has been installed. Yes, let's see our pipeline whether we have placed that space or not. So we can go to configure, and here we can go to our pipeline, and yes, we are having this space, but I'm not sure why Chrome is not coming here. So maybe some issue with Chrome. Rest all softwares are in place, so maybe there is some issue with Chrome, so that needs to be troubleshoot. So in this way you can install your software, and as I told you that maybe there is some problem in the command, but I'm not sure why it didn't got execute. So we are good with the other software. So in this way we can create our pipeline, and then we can execute that pipeline perfectly in any of the environment. So there is no issue with that. We are good with it. So in this way we can create our CICD pipeline. And one more thing I want to show you, that how we can delete or we can use that post section. So what we'll do here, we'll go to dashboard and we'll create a new item. We'll suppose create a test one, and then we can create pipeline here. Okay, and in this pipeline we can use the same code that we did it here for our checkout course section. So what we'll do, we'll just copy till first stage, because we don't want other stage to get used. So you can place it here, paste, and then you need to place 2 braces in the last, which is basically a pipeline syntax. Okay, so place this here. Now we can place our post section. So in post section we need to do it just leaving the last brace and paste that post section here, and then start curly brace, and then you can use just remove it here. So these braces are done. I think 1 2, so this brace are closed, this is open, so this is for this, and these 2 braces are closed, these are closed, and these are closed. So this is good. So we need to actually place that code before the last brace. So we need to place post code here, open brace, and then looks like it automatically put this brace. So maybe it's a syntax. So then we can use an always section. Yeah, it is automatically placing it. And then we can use a method that is provided from Jenkins side. So that is a delete dir method. So yes, so what it will do, that firstly it will check out the code to test one project, and once that is done, then it will delete those software also. So you can also use this post section in your pipeline. As of now I'm not doing it, because one of the software that was there is a Chrome, so we don't want to get Chrome deleted over there. So we can use it here in this pipeline. So just save it and just do a build now. There will be a new folder will get create. So there is one issue, unexpected token at line 18. So we can go to line 18. We can troubleshoot it here. So we need to remove one brace from here. There was one extra brace. This is closed, post is closed, and I think this brace was extra. Last brace we need to make it as it is. Yes. we are good now. Save and then build now. So in this way we can create a pipeline, and if we are pretty sure about the braces, then we can create any syntax and we'll be good with the syntaxes. Once we are good with syntax, then you'll see that everything is getting generated. Okay, so looks like it is successfully done. So firstly it checked out code and then it did a declarative post section. So we did it in test1 project, so we'll go to test1. So here if we'll go to C drive and then Jenkins and then workspace and then test and then software, sorry, not in test but in test1. So you are seeing that that folder is not there. Test1 folder is not there because it is already deleted after cloning that piece. So in post section we can place this kind of thing that we want to done once our pipeline is successfully completed. Okay, so guys, I'm done with my today's video, and if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video.